Hi guys, I'm Dennis. Welcome to my channel, Guy with a Plant. In today's episode, I'm going to have a quick update on the propagation of my Rhaphidophora tetrasperma. You saw the video about 1.5 months ago. That was on the 3rd of December. And today is the 17th of January. So let's take a look how the cuttings are doing. Okay, I got to be honest with you, things are not looking good. First, let's take a look at the stem cuttings. Most, if not all of them, have dried up, and I don't think anything has survived. Maybe except for this one, but this is not doing anything as well. And it's starting to turn yellow. Maybe I can still try to salvage this. But other than that, look at all the cuttings. My bad actually, I didn't really cover this propagation box up. I thought that by keeping the lid off, it will prevent any rot that is actually quite common in my red sticks propagation. And I try to keep the moss moist, but as you can hear, it's now pretty dry. So I've missed out a few sessions of misting. So I can say goodbye to these stem cuttings. Alright, next let's take a look at the cuttings in water propagation. Very bad. I think most of the leaves have dried up and the water is looking quite yucky. So even though I change the water every week, it's still looking quite murky. I think some of the stems are rotted. I suspect why these cuttings are not doing well is because the plant wasn't watered before, which I think is critical because it's probably not getting enough nutrients in the leaves. And I cut it up. Okay, I'm just going to remove all these dead leaves and see if there's anything that is surviving. Oh, this one, there's some roots here. Oh, there's a root here. Maybe I can try to save this. Okay, the other container of cuttings in water is not too bad. I got some leaves, but there are no fenestrations in this. Yeah, and this is really crispy. Some dead leaves as well. Okay, let me show you the roots, if there's any. Whoa, actually they're pretty good roots. There are some which are rotted off as well. I got to trim the roots before I pot this up. And remember, there was another pot of cuttings in water propagation, which is this one. So some of the leaves are totally dead, like this one. And I'm not sure what's wrong with this. Some kind of infection, fungal infection. I'm going to cut these leaves off, and but this is still doing okay. I believe there should be roots. I think again some parts of the roots are mushy, so I got to trim them off. Let me do all this off camera because I got not enough hands. And finally, I'm going to show you the original parent plant. Okay, it's looking really healthy. And it has given me a lot of new leaves. So these are the new ones, like this one as well. And there is, yep, new leaf that is unfurling. Got a dead leaf, but yep, that's normal. So this is good, really happy. So what I'm going to do is to trim the roots and leaves of this water propagation and then pot it up. Oh, this is not looking good. I think all the roots are rotted off and the stem looks really quite disgusting. So I don't think I'm going to keep this cutting. Goodbye. Okay, I've trimmed off all the rotten roots, so what's left is all these good roots. I've also removed those dying or dead leaves. So these are good to go to be potted up. Unfortunately, if you remember, I had 20 cuttings and I'm left with only about 6 good cuttings. The lesson to be learned, I took for granted that this is going to be an easy plant to propagate, but I didn't give it good conditions before I chop it up. So that's why the yield is not good at all. These are the surviving stem cuttings, which I'm going to put it back into the moss, but this time I'm going to put the lid on it. I'm going to use this nursery pot to pot up all my water propagation cuttings. Okay, for the potting medium, I'm going to use this really big and coarse aeroid mix, which has perlite, bark, and palmers, I think. The reason why I want to use such well-draining potting medium is because if you recall in my first video, this Rhaphidophora tetrasperma is very prone to stem rot. So I want to make sure that they are not sitting in too much water. Alright, and it's now properly potted up. I kind of like the structure of this with this particular vine that is taller than the rest. It gives it a very nice look. What do you think? Okay, before I forget, I'm going to give it some slow release fertilizer. I'm going to give it some water. So all the cuttings are potted up. These are the stem cuttings which I managed to save. So I'm going to reroot them again in this sphagnum moss. I'm going to make sure that I keep it covered up. This is the original parent plant, which is growing quite nicely. And finally, all the cuttings in water propagation, which I've potted them up together. And it's really looking quite nice this way. So thank you for watching this short update of the propagation of my Rhaphidophora tetrasperma. This is actually a very fast and easy plant, but the propagation was not quite successful. But that's the thing about plants, you'll never know what it's going to give you. So if you like contents like that, I hope you can consider subscribing to my channel and also to hit the notification bell. I'll see you again in my next video. Meanwhile, take care, be safe, and remember to show your plants some love.